Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with breaking news this Tuesday afternoon. One person is hurt after a school bus car crash this morning in North Moorhead. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Bosch. Moorhead police say that the bus was heading north on Highway 75, approaching 28th Avenue North, when an SUV that had been stopped at the intersection pulled out onto the highway. The bus driver swerved to try and avoid the SUV, but ended up hitting it on the driver's side. The driver of that SUV was taken away by ambulance, but police say she is expected to be okay. Now, no children were on the bus at the time of the crash. Moorhead police say charges are possible against the SUV driver. We are following a developing story on a scary situation for some liquor store employees who spotted a shoplifter around 1 this morning. It all happened at the Spirit Shop just off 13th Avenue in South Fargo. Police say that when workers went to confront him, the man pulled out a knife. No one was hurt. The man did not get away with any merchandise. Well, it has been a cloudy start to our Tuesday, and it could be a rainy finish. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for a first look at our Tuesday afternoon forecast.
Good afternoon. We've already seen some rain showers developing out there this morning, and now this afternoon those showers becoming a little more widespread in parts of the Southern Valley. A look outside shows those gloomy skies right now, and we've got that rain approaching parts of the valley, including Fargo, Moorhead here for the afternoon and into the evening hours. It's going to be a soggy one, so hopefully you've got your umbrella on hand for the rest of the day, with wind out of the southeast in the teens but gusting into the 20s at times too. So kind of a driving rain at times as well. Here's a look at that radar. Rain already developing south of the FM Metro, stretching from places like Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and Fergus Falls up through the Valley City and Jamestown area. We'll have more on what we can expect throughout the rest of the afternoon and the work week too in just a few moments.
All right, we will see you then, Lisa. Thank you very much. New for you at noon, 2 people are dead and at least 3 others are hurt after a workplace shooting in Roanoke, Virginia early this morning. Police say that one of those killed is the shooter, and that person was either a current or former employee. 2 businesses where it happened have been evacuated. A nearby high school canceled classes for the day. A developing story out of Oklahoma this Tuesday, where police say a murder suspect is on the run and taunting them by posting live messages to Facebook. Michael Vance is wanted for the shooting of 2 police officers and the killing of 2 relatives during a violent crime spree in the Oklahoma City area that started this weekend. Police say that Vance had recently been accused of sexually assaulting a child. An accident on a river rafting ride at a theme park in Australia killed 4 people today. Investigators say the Thunder River Rapids ride at Dreamworld malfunctioned and one of the rafts overturned, throwing 2 passengers off and trapping 2 others on the conveyor belt underneath. Australia's Prime Minister has promised a thorough investigation. It is now just 2 weeks to go until Election Day, and the candidates are focusing on one of the biggest battleground states up for grabs. Greg Boswell reports on what Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are doing to try and win over voters in Florida.
Donald Trump touted the diversity of his employees outside of his Doral golf course in Florida Tuesday morning.
80% of them are Hispanic.
This is Trump's 3rd straight day in the state, and early voting is already underway.
The polls are packed, and nobody knows how they're voting, but they all seem to have Trump stickers and Trump hats and Trump pins and Trump shirts.
Roughly 57% of Florida's vote is expected to come from early voting, and 1.2 million ballots have already been cast. Trump needs Florida's 29 electoral votes if he wants to win the White House. But to get there, he needs to win back Republican holdouts.
He's still got this 20% of Republicans, I've called them the reluctant Republicans, largely women, largely suburban women.
Hillary Clinton is calling for civility in making her pitch to those reluctant Republicans.
We've got to get back to listening respectfully. We can disagree without being disagreeable.
But Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, campaigning with Clinton, attacked Trump in New Hampshire Monday.
He thinks that because he has a mouthful of Tic Tacs, that he can force himself on any woman within groping distance. Well, I got news for you, Donald Trump. Women have had it with guys like you.
Clinton will also be campaigning in Florida this afternoon. The latest CBS News poll shows her with a 3-point lead over Trump in the state. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
The Trump campaign says that it's confident it will win, but they are now having to defend traditionally red states. Republican vice presidential nominee Mike Pence will be campaigning in the stronghold of Utah on Thursday after polls there show that Trump only holds a narrow lead. Well, in our consumer alert this noon, Honda and U.S. regulators are urging owners of more than 300,000 vehicles to have defective airbags replaced. The automaker says it's mailed letters, placed ads on Facebook, made phone calls, and in some instances, even visited owners in person, all to try and let them know about the recall. But so far, only about 13,000 of the recalled vehicles have been fixed. Honda believes that many of the cars have been scrapped, but the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration wants proof. 17 auto and truck makers have recalled about 69 million Takata airbag inflators. So far, that problem has claimed 11 lives. Well, there is a new development in the Fargo City Commission's questions about refugee resettlement costs for the city. Commissioner Dave Pepcorn is forging ahead on his own to try and get answers. Last night, Pepcorn asked for an independent audit of Lutheran Social Services. Now, the City Human Rights Commission is already in the process of compiling data and has until February to present its findings. But Pepcorn says he isn't sure that's the best way to get answers.
I think that's more of a getting everyone to feel good about things, and I'm more interested in the financial facts. I believe it's going to be like peeling back an onion. I believe there's many layers.
Now, Pepcorn says he plans to ask the state auditor to look into Lutheran Social Services and the refugee resettlement program. Arrests of Dakota Access Pipeline protesters are filling up jails and clogging up courtrooms around North Dakota. 71 pipeline cases were heard just yesterday, many handled via interactive television. Court administrators say they're having to juggle the schedules of judges to accommodate the influx of cases and are already understaffed after mandatory budget cuts. Some protesters are even being moved to the Cass County Jail because others out west are full. Fargo police are investigating a possible case of animal cruelty after seeing a picture posted on their Facebook page. It's a Snapchat picture of a cat with smoke being blown in its face. The caption reads, "BB Kitty gonna be high AF." Fargo police say there are 2 suspects involved and could face charges. Well, some other social media posts are targeting bad drivers in the Fargo-Moorhead area, or I guess specifically bad parkers. Fargo Can't Park is a Facebook group that now has more than 2,000 members, many sharing stories about bad parking jobs they've seen around the city. Now, the creator says the page started as a joke, but some of the posts are drawing attention to a larger issue of people parking in handicap spots when they shouldn't be.